On Sunday, I raced the Skechers Multisport Canada K-Town Long Course Triathlon. Kingston's the third race in the Multisport Canada series, and it was a race that I was using as part of my prep for Ironman Mont Tremblant in 2 weeks' time. As always, the Multisport Canada team put on a terrific event, and we had great weather, albeit it was a little bit on the warm side, and there was some really close racing, so it was a lot of fun. Because I was using this race as prep for Ironman Mont Tremblant, I didn't want to completely empty the tank and crush myself, so my goals for the race were to have a good swim, a strong but steady bike ride at around Ironman 70.3 pace, and then take out the first 5K of the run strong and then back it off a little bit for the last 10K. And basically that's what I was able to do. In the swim, I swam with Nick Kosman and Andrew Bolton, and we stayed in a group for most of the swim. Nick was leading for the first bit, and then he went a little bit off course, so then it was just me and Andrew until Nick caught back up to us. Very briefly, for about 400 meters, I was leading this swim, which isn't a position I've ever been in before, and not really a position I should be in, and I think Andrew decided that I was just going too slow, so he came around me, and I got back on his feet. And I came out of the water third in that group. Then heading out onto the bike was a lot of fun because there was myself, there was Andrew, there was Nick, and then there's also Chris Balestrini, who was part of a relay team. And so there was the four of us that all came out of transition together, and we mostly stayed together for about the first 30K of the bike. So there's different people taking turns at the front or pushing the pace a little bit. In the last 25K of the bike, I opened up a bit of a gap. Nick got a flat, and that held up Andrew a little bit when he was trying to get around him, and I ended up into T2 with a couple minutes lead over Andrew. Heading out onto the run, I was focused on not running too fast or getting too excited. Also, although I was managing the heat really well, I did know that it was really hot, so I was really careful to make sure that I got in lots of fluid at the aid stations. Coursing out and back, so I didn't really know where I was at until I got to the turnaround point. At that point, I saw that I had about a 2-minute lead over Andrew, so I was able to relax, take my time as I went through aid stations to make sure I was getting in lots of fluid. In the end, it was great to get to break the tape. It was my first win in over a year, but more importantly, I feel like I'm in a great position heading into Ironman Mont Tremblant. I felt steady all throughout the day, and that bodes really well for my fitness for Ironman Mont Tremblant. So thanks a lot for checking out this week's video. If you like what you see, you can click the subscribe button down below. And until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother.